Well, a very good evening to you and a warm welcome. This evening we're at the Estadio Campeón del Siglo in Penarol. We're in Montevideo for the Uruguayan side, Penarol against Corinthians. It's the Copa Libertadores group stage. We're in Group E, match day 5. Uruguay against Brazil. Two teams with their eyes on qualification, if possible, from the Copa Libertadores group stages. And two teams just starting to make their way out after both being in action with varying degrees of success last weekend. Corinthians went down 3-1 away at Botafogo. And that was a result that really moved them further away from qualification for this competition. Not the greatest of starts, but they're right up there in Serie A. They're unbeaten in this group after 4 matches. With 10 points, they are 3 points clear of Platenza. Penarol have just 2 points to the name so far. They're without a win in 4, 2 draws, 2 defeats, just 3 goals in those 4 games. Well, they have only conceded 6 in those 4 games. They've not been comprehensively beaten by anybody, but they need to start winning soon if they are to progress through Group E, which is a tough group with Santa Fe and Platenza also in there, the Argentine side. What about the team news? Well, first of all, Club Atlético Penarol, who won their opening fixture at the weekend in the Uruguayan League. They make 3 changes. Gularte and Limos come into the centre of defence. Eduardo Darius is in the midfield. He comes in with Maxi Oliveira, once again the experienced former Fiorentina player, playing at left back. He was sent off for the weekend on the opening day of the season. That's 2 red cards in 450 minutes of football for him. Well, it is the CONMEBOL Respect campaign that's going on at the moment. The 2 sets of players have mingled. So it's 1 player from one side, then 1 player the other in a straight line around the centre circle for the photo. And those yellow and black vivid shirts of Penarol, certainly nice and bright, very nice kit they've got. And it's all white tonight for Corinthians in their change colours, all white. They line up with no fewer than 8 changes from the weekend defeat to Botafogo. Brazilian sides tend to have very big squads and they can rotate them and often do. Their 8 changes, well, Milan's Paulista, Alan Andre, Pereira, Ladiad, Cesar and Raul coming in. We're off and underway, nice and early, right on time. It's the yellow shirts with the black stripes, the black shorts and the bright yellow socks for Penarol, who are quickly on the front line here with Togni in the corner on the left-hand side. Still Togni. He manages to produce a throw-in off of Milan's. The left-hand side. Start this from the home side. This is Caio Cesar getting the ball clear for Corinthians. Brazilian side trying to manoeuvre down the left, but Caio Cesar can't catch that. Here we go. Gaia is under pressure to try and get this team out of the group. The Uruguayan side made a winning start against Liverpool in the derby at the weekend. Match day 1 here. Their failure to win any of their 4 matches so far in Group E has left them already on a slippery slope. This is Maxi Oliveira. Long ball forward, which is volleyed away by Paulista. It's a good turn in the midfield by Gaston Togni. Down the left-hand side now with Diego Laxalt. Uruguayan international, who's expected to be named tomorrow in the Uruguayan team or squad for the World Cup. Former Inter Milan and AC Milan player, as well as Genoa. Played a lot of football in Italy, the Uruguayan international. Gularte receiving the ball from Limos and then sending it wide to Escobar. It's back again to Gularte. Massive ball down the flank, which is Gustavo Henrique's header away. Towering central defender was always going to get there first. Penarol 0, Corinthians 0, 2.5 minutes gone. It's the home side that are on the front foot at the moment, in the midfield with Escobar, but it's run all the way through to the Corinthians goalkeeper Hugo Souza. Look on by Labiad. Try and chase it down. Pedro Raul chasing as well, cleared away by Limos. Back in the midfield by Allen, the player on loan from Flamengo for Corinthians, but it's been all Club Atletico in the early stages, the home side with a feel of the ball. And winning the throw-in on this near side, which came off of Caio Cesar. Their manager is Fernando Diniz, looking to steer Corinthians to a successful season. With another attack on the horizon here, Pedro Raul. That's going to be brought back for a free kick and a foul on Diego Laxalt. Laxalt seemed to get the elbow of Pedro Raul in his face. It was purely accidental. Strength from the front man, but that's certainly tabled a response from one or two, shall we say, from Penarol in the yellow and black stripes. Corinthians will have a free kick. I think it's going to be a free kick the other way. Corinthians currently in the bottom four, with just 4 wins from their 18 matches so far in the Brazil Serie A. It's been a disastrous season, really. Just can't buy a win at the moment. Leaves them in the bottom four. Remember, the bottom four go down. They're only in that bottom four behind Santos on goal difference. They're looking to change that at the weekend with a home game against mid-table Mineiro. Here come Penharol. It's an outlet to the left-hand side, but there was a barge from Pereira, which put off the Penarol player Trindade. No foul given. 5 minutes gone. It's been a testing 5 minutes for Corinthians. Can't seem to find their best team. Can't seem to buy a win. They've been under a lot of scrutiny nationally and from their own supporters. Plenty of criticism for the side that's not really hit the heights this season. It's been disappointing so far, but they did win the game against Penarol in the first meeting between these two sides on the 1st of this month. Here comes a shot from Corinthians from distance from Mateus Pereira. It deflects out wide to Pedro Raul on the left-hand side. Goes all the way back to Angeleri. Angeleri holds it from the Gatate player. Back inside to Andre. Andre gets it wide now to Paulista. Back to Andre. Heavy touch from him, which allows the clearance from Maxi Oliveira. It's much better from Corinthians. Gustavo Henrique, the captain. In the midfield now with Mateus Pereira. Back again to Gabriel Paulista. And over to the left-hand side. Keeping ball as they need to, just away from home. Allen brings it out from the back. The midfielder, one of 8 changes today on loan from Flamengo. where he wasn't getting a regular game in that super talented midfield of theirs. So he made the switch on loan to Corinthians a few weeks ago in the hope that they could profit from his experience and physicality to try and start climbing the table. They haven't so far. Here come Peñarol. Up to the halfway line with Escobar. Just inside to Darius. Trindade. Darius again, Trindade. Back to Galate. Big central defender. Close to his partner in crime at the back. 30-year-old Mauricio Limos. Limos has a look up and pings a long ball which is going to go straight onto the head of Gustavo Enrique. The clearance will be from Fabrizio Angeleri up to the halfway line, collected by Emmanuel Galate. And at the moment, the two sides are cancelling one another out, but that's a decent ball to the corner edge of the penalty area, taken by Gaston Togni, who's twisting and turning to try and lose the attention of Milans. Then played out wide to Darlas. He gets the cross in, which is headed away with ease by Andre. The shot comes in, lacks any conviction, lacks any power from Umpierrez, and the 19-year-old couldn't get anything on it of any substance, and it goes straight through to the goalkeeper for Corinthians, Hugo Sousa. The fact that we haven't mentioned either goalkeeper until just now, the 8th minute of the game, kind of gives you an indication of where we're at on this game. They're just feeling one another out at the moment. Corinthians winning the home game 2-0 just a few weeks ago on May the 1st. You know that they are in the box seat in this group. It is top against bottom. As Flamengo top Group A as well, so the Brazilians looking to progress in all the groups. Cruzeiro top of Group D, Corinthians top of Group E. Medellín also top of their group. So the 8 groups, 4 of them are being topped by Brazilian sides, including Corinthians. And here is the goalkeeper, Washington Aguirre from Peñarol. Gathers the cross that comes in from the corner. And they quickly try to turn defence into attack on the right-hand side with Umpierrez. Laxa. Darius leaves it to Trindade. He lifts it to the left-hand side, Oliveira, first time ball forward. It wasn't controlled well by Togni, and it can be brought away by Andre. Played inside by Caio Silva. Caio Silva, the 22-year-old on loan from Al Hilal, former Vitória Guimarães player in Portugal. On the halfway line is Paulista. They've got these two strong, tall central defenders. Paulista, former Arsenal, Villarreal, Atletico Madrid player, vastly experienced 35-year-old, alongside it 33-year-old Gustavo Enrique is the captain. Bring bags of experience to this Corinthians side. Here is Paulista, just inside the Peñarol half. And for Allen to get it wide to Angelero. He lifts it in towards the penalty area. Raul with the first header. Raul again trying to bulldoze his way up against Emmanuel Galate, who's just that little bit broad-shouldered. He was able to clear the ball. So it's Corinthians are just starting to settle their way into this game at the moment. Long ball forward, and the offside flag is up against Caio Silva on this near side. Yeah, it was clearly offside as well. Made the run far too early, Caio Silva. one other game being played today. It's not in this group. It's Universidad Católica of Chile playing against Barcelona of Ecuador. It's 0-0 in that game. They played the same as this, but already Barcelona are down, the Ecuadorian side, to 10 men. Copa Libertadores, nearly half-time. Racing of Argentina leading Caracas of Venezuela by 2-1. Carabobo of Venezuela are leading in Bolivia against Blooming by 1-0 in their group match. It's back to the goalkeeper. First time we've mentioned Hugo Sousa, I think. He clears it away under pressure from the pass back from Paulista, I have to say. Did go behind for a corner. I thought he'd gone out for a throw-in, but it obviously went out for a corner. This corner is going to be taken by Jesus Trindade. Both sides blessed with plenty of experience out there in their lineup. So the ball was judged not to have been on the quadrant. It's now on the quadrant. Referee's got to sort out the bodies in the box. Let's have a look and see what comes of this. Here comes the corner, right underneath the crossbar. Goalkeeper wasn't really there, and it was kind of flicked up in the air by Lemos. It came off of a defender, but Lemos was certainly causing problems. Brushed off a defender. It's going to be another corner. Yarrow now. Corinthians now. Good old-fashioned South American stadium, this one. Mainly open, mainly terracing. Plenty of noise. A lot of it's open as well. It's a sultry, warm evening as well in Uruguay, in Montevideo. And the locals are out in force to make the noise. Terrace is behind the goal and up full, but down the sides they are. This ball is one in the air by Perez. Cleared away, only as far as Darius. He gets a long ball into the box, challenging on the far side was Oliveira. Brought down by Darius again, but the free kick has been given. Flag, in fact, over on the far side. I think there was an offside as he went up for the header. Enrique, referee's assistant on the far side, putting his flag up in the air. Chance for Corinthians to bring the ball out. It's Yarrow 0, Corinthians 0. Nearly 15 minutes gone. No chances from either side really yet. That corner, I think, probably got the heart race up as high as it's been so far. Most of the players dropped by Corinthians today are on the bench, including Brenner Beardon, Rodrigo Garo, Etienne Zena. No Matias Bidu today. Left back is left at home through injury. He's got 2 goals this season, both coming in Serie A in Brazil, but he doesn't play any part tonight. Corinthians working their way out from the back. Milans back to Paulista. It's been given away. It's a drive towards goal from Trindade. So slip by Allen. Then coming forward with Guilarte. Guilarte tries his luck from distance. They're trying to wrestle a second chance here. It's lofted towards goal, but it's over the crossbar from Eduardo Darius. So early stages. Neither side has really come to grips with this yet. Intermediate round of fixtures in the Premier Division in Uruguay got underway at the weekend. Montevideo derby. Saw Liverpool come here and lose by 1-0. Sorry, by 2-1. I beg your pardon. 2 goals for the home side to nip the victory. currently fourth. That's their first game. So they're in Group 1. There's 2 groups, and then they go through to a final tournament, which will be convoluted this summer because of the World Cup in Central America. Central and North America, of course. 17 minutes gone here. Peñarol trying to get forward. It was an interesting ball into the box. It was played at the angle for Matheus Arezzo to cause problems with, on loan from Grêmio in Brazil, so he'll know all about Corinthians. He almost arced his run and caught the goalkeeper, Hugo Souza, in 2 minds there. Still 0-0 here as Corinthians have the ball in midfield. Mateus Pereira on loan from Fortaleza. Versatile midfielder gets it out wide. This is Labiat. For the challenge goes Andre, but he can't keep the ball. It's brought away by Escobar. It's a long ball down the middle. Goalkeeper comes out. Hugo Souza cushions the header carefully to pull this through. Helps it forward. It's turned on a swivel from Angeleri. Out of play on the far side through a throw-in to Peñarol. Peñarol at home on Sunday for Corinthians, who need to start winning games in the league. Do not want to get embroiled in a relegation battle. Big sides can easily get relegated from that league if they have a rotten campaign, because 4 go down. It does look as if Santos and Corinthians are amongst the thick of it this season. It's a corner to Peñarol. 18.5 minutes gone. It's going to be taken by Jesus Trindade. In towards the near post. It's flicked on and into the far post. It's an opening goal. Great header. Flicked on by Maxi Oliveira, who opens the scoring. Well, the fullback just knows where the net is. He'll produce your goals. Well, he's known for his red cards as well. He's been sent off twice this season already. But that was a great glancing header, and he's done it again. Gets in ahead of his marker and glides and glances from the edge of the 6-yard box across the face of the goalkeeper and into the far corner. It's Peñarol 1, Corinthians 0. They need to win this game, don't they, Peñarol, to keep alive their hopes in Group E. And they take the lead through Maxi Oliveira. His 3rd goal of the season, his first in this competition. As I say, in the last 450 minutes of football he's played, he's got 2 red cards and 2 goals. He's not been hanging about this season. He's been good cop, bad cop, but there he's good cop. And Maxi Oliveira heads home Trindade's excellent corner, which completely confused the Brazilian side, and they weren't able to recover. Spectator in the mix was goalkeeper Hugo Souza, whose feet were rooted to the spot as he glanced over his shoulder and saw the ball nestle in the net. The referee is just about to drop the ball to the Corinthians goalkeeper Hugo Souza. From the Flamingo Chavez shot stopper. This is Enrique to Palista. It's been a difficult season. Pereira's given it away for Corinthians. It's been a difficult season, and just got to try and find the best team that they've got available. They don't know their best team. They're not scoring enough goals. They're conceding too many. There's too many mistakes. That mistake in the midfield by Pereira led to the goal, which came from a corner. He gave the ball away cheaply on the halfway line. It was cheap. The type of mistake you wouldn't expect from a team that's in form. Anyone on the clock. Peñarol leading 1-0. Maxi Oliveira, their captain, with the goal. Had to rejig that back 4 today. Escobar's moved back to right back to allow Galate and Limos in. they're effectively playing with 4 players that can play in the centre of defence, although Escobar and Oliveira, 2 fullbacks, can both play at fullback, and it is their regular position. Set up strong, they've started strong, and with the goalkeeper at the moment, Washington Aguirre, who's got the ball at his feet and his 2 fingers of his gloves on each hand pointing to his temples to say concentration. That is the name of the game. His side leading here by a goal to nil, top against bottom in Group E, and it's bottom that lead, and you can't argue they've probably been the better side of the 2. Very little in it, to be honest. It was the first big chance of the game, and a glancing header from Maxi Oliveira from Jesus Trindadi's corner. Pierres, the 19-year-old over on the far side, is the exception to the rule over there. 6 of the starting 11 for Peñarol are over the age of 30. Add to that 2 28-year-olds, 3 28-year-olds rather. You can appreciate that they're quite an experienced side. But so too Corinthians. Back line, 3 of the 4 are over 30. You've got a 29-year-old in Allen in midfield, a 29-year-old in attacking Pedro Raul, plus Zakaria Labiad over on the far side, the Moroccan, who is now 33, seems to have been around forever, the former Ajax and PSV Eindhoven player, PSV, where he made his name. Now 33, the Moroccan international. Only ever got 6 caps for Morocco, which was a surprise. It's going to be a throw into Corinthians inside their own half. As the referee calls time for a cooling off break. Hydration break is what they call it in the Copa Libertadores. It's a chance for the coaches to speak to their players as well, but it is a very humid evening in Montevideo, and Penarol leading it by a goal to nil, thanks to the goal from Maxi Oliveira. They are actually 4 unbeaten since the loss away at Corinthians on May the 1st. They won their last 2. They're looking for a hat-trick of victories. And once you get into that winning routine, as you can tell with Peñarol, just got that little spring in their step, playing that little swagger, that little bit of confidence that is sadly lacking from the Corinthians side, who went down again at the weekend, but it was their first loss in 4 away at Botafogo. Their form in the Copa Libertadores has been much, much better than their form in Serie A, in the Campeonato Brasileiro, where they are in the bottom 4, in the relegation zone. And nearly halfway through the season will be disrupted by the break in play for the World Cup. Having a look at the goal again, in towards that near post, and it's hung up, just drops in to the near edge of the penalty area. They attack that area very well. 3 players converge in that little corner pocket at the near end of the 6-yard box, and it's the flick by Oliveira, the former Fiorentina player, scoring. It's a goal they needed. Oh, it's a goal they needed. Bottom of the group. If they are to progress, they're going to need to start catching up, and they are playing catch up at this moment in time. Win today, take them to 5 points, level with Independiente Santa Fe, 2 behind Platenza. With those 2 having already played, so this is the game in hand effectively. So Corinthians could, with a win today, go 6 clear at the top, which would be great for them. But they're not really creating anything so far. Unbeaten in the group stage, 1-3, drawn 1. Just 1 more to play. They're not going to be panicked, because the result earlier on, Independiente Santa Fe and Platenza, means that can't now not finish in the top two. They are qualified already. Third place, Independiente Santa Fe are on 5 points with 1 to play. Already Corinthians on 10, so they're not going to panic here at all. They will want to finish top of the group, and that's a bit of play with Caio Cesar showing some good approach play on the right-hand side. Cuts inside, gets the better of Oliveira, but his cross was just a shade too high. Eluded everyone. That's better. He collects it on the right, comes inside, he easily beats Oliveira, but the cross is too high for the arriving Andre. Disappointing. That was the only bad thing about that little jinking side from Caio Cesar was the delivery itself. 27.5 minutes gone. Penharol 1, Corinthians 0. Goal for Maxi Oliveira. Listening to audio commentary coverage from the Estadio Campeón de Sergio in Montevideo in Uruguay. And it's the Uruguayan team that lead the Brazilian side. Twice champions of the world in the FIFA Club World Cup, Corinthians. They are a huge name in world football. This is a tournament they have their eyes on. Also, they'll be keen to make sure they don't get relegated this season. They're in the bottom 4 at the moment. Still a long way to go, though. Pereira gets it out wide to those little legs of Zakaria Yablad. Gets it inside to Andre. Andre into the penalty area. It was behind Pedro Raul. Cleared away by Oliveira before it made its way through to Caio Cesar. This is Andre again. Back into Angeleri. Enrique, nice ball up towards the front man, Pedro Raul. He was being held quite vigorously, but no foul has been given as he tries to turn on the edge of the box. Now on the right-hand side, Milans can't get the cross in. Striking Gaston Togni and out for a throw-in. That's definitely a free kick for me, just looking at that replay. Mauricio Limos all over, hands all around the ribcage of Pedro Raul. Surprised the referee didn't spot that. Here's a chance to get the ball in with Angeleri. Angeleri saw his attempted cross blocked. Pereira back to Angeleri again. Again his cross is blocked and then turned wide by Darius. Cleared away by Escobar. Nice neat triangles as Darius lifts the ball up to the halfway line. It's cushioned back again by Gabriel Pelista. And it's one by Angeleri again. This is a bit better for Corinthians. Nearly half an hour gone. Haven't really created anything at all so far. Pedro Raul has been putting himself about up top, but he's a striker that's void of any form. He hasn't scored this season, although his chances have been irregular. As they win a corner, the attempted cross by Fabrizio Angeleri is put behind for a corner by Diego Lazauk. Labiad comes forward to take. The Moroccan will swing this one in. Well, Penharol took the lead from a corner. Can Corinthians strike back with a corner of their own? Referee has stepped in to try and restore order in that 6-yard box. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. There's a lot of aggression as well from Allen. He's in there. He's been told to calm down. Pedro Raul as well. Got a player down on the ground at the moment. I think it's Galate. He's back on his feet now. Finally, Labia can take this corner. Whips it in underneath the crossbar. The goalkeeper has to reach up and punch as well. It's a good long punch away. Could be the breakaway that they need here. This is Perez. Run into traffic and then it's cleared into touch on the halfway line. It's a throw into Corinthians. remains 1-0 to the home side. Bottom beating top. They can still finish the campaign in second place. They would need to win their final game away at Santa Fe and hope that Corinthians do them a favour at home to Platenza in the final round of fixtures. So it's still doable for home side, but they simply have to win this one. And they've just given away a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. It's a foul on Caio Cesar. It was an unnecessary challenge from behind from Mauricio Lemos. Is it Mauricio Lemos? No, it's Gaston Togni. So free kick. And the goal here puts their goal difference down to -2, which is the same as Independiente Santa Fe, who they visit in the final game. There's plenty to play for in the final game. If it stays like this, it really does make Group E interesting. The only thing that's for certain is that Corinthians will win it. It can still be overturned at the top, but it would mean that Platenza go to Brazil and beat Corinthians by 4 clear goals. Unlikely. Now, can they get the cross in through Angeleri? Tees it up nicely for Allen. Angeleri with the cross. It's a looping header towards goal. It was from Andre and it dropped well wide and out for a goal kick. Well, they've managed to fend off Corinthians so far, have Penharol. So there's a new rule coming in during the World Cup about players covering their mouth. I have to say, I think it's ridiculous how players cover their mouth. I know it's a crazy world that we live in sometimes with the lip reading and so forth. Just the unnecessary covering of the mouth. I mean, we're not that scrutinising, are we? So long ball forward towards Mataras Arezzo, and he's on a free kick as well here. Well, he tangled with Milans, and it's Milans that stayed down. Puts himself about. Milans was the player that got penalised. I think it was Milans. It was Enrique, in fact, who's down. The referee adjudged it to have been a foul. 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Could have given it either way. It's just still on the ground. He bumped into Arezzo and then went down. Did Enrique. It's just a free kick. I thought it was a free kick. It's just a throw-in. The throw-in is taken. It's long. It's into the penalty area. We've got 9 minutes left in the first half. Penharol must win for them. Lead by a 1-0. Oliveira with the goal. Remember, Corinthians are as good as group winners, and they are now officially through to the next round. Platenza can knock them off the top pot spot with a win in Brazil against Corinthians on match day 6, but they would have to win that one, by my reckoning, by 4 goals. That could go down in number if the, in fact it would by 3 goals, I'm just being told. Pinheiro, if they were to get one here and make it 2-0, that would be 2 goals. So it's still doable, but I fancy that Corinthians should have this group sewn up. With 8 minutes to go in the first half, it's a throw-in, which Togni is going to leave for Oliveira. Off he comes, the goal scorer, the captain, sent off on Saturday, scorer on Sunday. Back to Oliveira again, tries to get the cross in first time, almost springing a surprise there. From the midfield was Darius, couldn't quite find a way through. Pirouette of a turn from Diego Laxalt, but he runs into traffic and it came off of him last, so it's going to be a throw-in to Corinthians, who've taken it very quickly, across the back line by Allen. This is with Enrique. 5 shots from the home side, 1 on target, which went in. 3 shots from Corinthians, nothing on target yet. Corinthians on the attack at the moment, so to speak. They're inside the opposition half. To work backwards to try and find a way to lever forward. Angeleri. Cross by Andre. Gustavo Enrique. Stepping forward to the feet of Allen. Long ball forward, headed down into the ground by Laxalt. Limos. Long ball forward, trying to flick it on. There's Trindade. He can bring it out with Diego Laxalt again. It's a long ball over the top. What a great ball by Laxalt, trying to release Matheus Arezzo. Off his line quickly there was Hugo Sousa, out of his penalty area, and launches a huge clearance downfield and out for a throw-in. Second in this table is still up for grabs. Corinthians made light work of Group E so far. They find themselves staring down the barrel of a first loss in the campaign here, and they haven't really got going yet. It's ball into the penalty area. It's won really well by Arezzo, and a shot comes in. It's 2. Oh, that's a fabulous strike. Just what they needed. And he hit it first time, and he couldn't have hit it any better, but it won't count. 5 minutes before half time, the second goal is ruled out. He was standing in an offside position, Arezzo, when he came back and headed it. And then it was rifled home by Eduardo Darius, but the flag was up. It wasn't the man that hit it, it was the man that laid it on, Arezzo. When the ball was played up to him, he was in that offside position. It was the right decision. Home crowd thought they got the second goal. Instead, it's still 1-0. They conjure up here, ball into the penalty area, looking for an equaliser. The shot comes in and it skims wide. Very, very close from Pedro Milanos. Just wide, Milans. Oh, it scrapes past the post. There's very little in it. Tried to place it, but he didn't quite get it right. Took a deflection off the defender, otherwise it would have gone in. It just nicked the leg of Galate. So it's a corner. And that noisy home end away to our right, which Corinthians are attacking in the first half. In comes the corner. It's going to be cleared away by Limos striking Milan's and out for a throw. Milan's with a chance just now, which is the best chance of the game so far for Fernando Diniz and Corinthians. And now the Penharol goalkeeper is down injured. He's back on his feet. He's okay. Referee in deep conversation at the moment with Emmanuel Galate, the central defender for the Uruguayan side Penharol, who lead here by a goal to nil. It's going to be a throw-in to be taken by Oliveira. Gets good distance on it. It's headed back again by Allen, but straight out of play for another throw. But they've gained some yards here with Penharol. Retrieved once more by Maxi Oliveira. About 2 minutes to go to half-time. It's been pretty free-flowing. Can't imagine there's going to be too many stoppages as Laxalt plays another long ball forward, and chasing after it is Perez, but it will bounce through to Souza, who decides to put his laces through it. Up in the air too. He manages to get it over the halfway line, does the Corinthians goalkeeper. Picked up in the midfield by Paulista. Square of him is Allen. Now wide to the left-hand side, Angeleri. Here come Corinthians before half-time. 90 seconds of the first half remaining. Angeleri gets an early cross in. It's a header towards goal. Well, he's not the tallest, Mateus Pereira. And he couldn't really get any power behind the header. I think if you swap him for Pedro Raul there in that position, it might have been 1-1. He was stretching to get the header in, and it was a fairly comfortable catch in the end for Washington Aguero in the Penharol goal. If that would have been Pedro Raul, that may well have been more powerful. It may well have been 1-1. Ball has come off of Togni and out for a throw-in, which is taken by Milans in the right-back position for Corinthians, trying to finish this first half on a high. We've got about 40 seconds plus injury time left in the first half. There shouldn't be too much injury time. Not too many stoppages. We obviously had the water break. It's Caio Souza, who's in the central position at the moment. Now to the left-hand side, Angeleri. It's back with Henrique. Leaves it to Allen. Angeleri's cross is an interesting one. It's turned back across the face of goal and it's bundled away. It was a great ball in from Cesar and it hasn't been cleared yet. It came and to Andre. He hit it, Andre, and as he hit it, it hit his teammate Pedro Raul, and then it was cleared away, smuggled away. But that's the big chance there before half-time for Corinthians. Can't believe they didn't score. 2 minutes of added time, by the way, which we're now into. Great ball back from Cesar at the back post with a good sling into the box from Angeleri. But as Andre hit it, it hits Raul. Just desperate to clear it at the moment are Penharol. Back out wide again, Corinthians pushing for an equaliser before half-time. The ball into the penalty area. It's too high for Pedro Raul. It's cleared away. It'll come back again. Henrique stepping forward. Had a couple of big chances towards the end of the half, which is the first two clear-cut chances they've had in this game, Corinthians. Looking for an equaliser. Plenty of yellow and black striped shirts there to deal with it, including Diego Laxalt, who is tripped up by Milans. Let's have a look at this chance again. Well, we're seeing the offside for the second goal that was disallowed. Well, I don't know whether drawing lines is the clearest offside you'll ever wish to see in your life. He's about 2 yards offside, if not more. I was hoping we'd see another look on the monitor here for the replay of the chance just now for Andre, which struck Pedro Raul and got cleared away. It was a fortunate moment for Penharol, who were on the verge of going in at half-time. 1 goal to the good. It could have been 2, but the offside flag ruled out the goal from Eduardo Darius. The 1 goal that does count is Maxi Oliveira, his 3rd of the season, the captain. And it's the home side that lead by 1-0 at half-time. And we will, of course, be back for the second half right after this short break. Well, welcome back for the second half. Penharol leading 1-0 at half-time against the Brazilian side. Corinthians going to see if that goal in the first half. A glancing header for Maxi Oliveira. A second goal from Darius was ruled out because of an offside against Arezzo. Corinthians eventually coming to life towards the end of the half. Shot by Andre, striking his own man Pedro Raul. Otherwise it would have gone in. Pedro Milan's just ahead of that with a shot that squirmed past the post. So a couple of big chances just before half-time for Corinthians, who have finally shown up to the party. They are top of this group and they are most likely going to win the group. The only way for that not to happen is a home defeat against the Argentine side, Platenza, on the final day in a week's time. Penharol can still qualify. They have to win this one. And then they have to win against Santa Fe away next week and hope that Corinthians do them a big favour. So Corinthians in all white today and attacking down the right-hand side. Milans comes back inside. This is Enrique with his gloves on tonight. It's a very warm night. He's still got gloves on. He's the only one out there with gloves on. We've taken a water break. That shows you it's not a cold night. Into the penalty area, almost finding Caio Cesar. It's cleared away in a hurry by Club Atletico Penharol. Just quickly run through their team for you. Aguero in goal, Escobar, Galate, Lemos and Oliveira, the goal scorer at the back. Darius, Trindade, Laxalt in middle of midfield, and Perez and Togni supporting Arezzo in attack. For Corinthians, well, they're on the attack at the moment. I'll go through their side in just a second. Let's just see where they go here with Angeleri. Plays the ball down the line to Labiad and they win a corner. So quickly run through the Corinthians side. Souza in goal, Milan's Palista, Enrique the captain and Angeleri at the back. Alan, Andre and Pereira in midfield. Labiad, who's just won that corner, and Caio Cesar either side of Pedro Raul in attack. They haven't won in any of their last 3 matches in all competitions away from home, Corinthians. Their Achilles heel is their away form this season. They're in the relegation zone in the Brazilian Serie A. 2 wins in their last 10 away matches in all competitions. What can they do from this corner? So, lots of activity in that box, and the header was downwards towards goal for Milans, but it was comfortably held by the goalkeeper, who's now gone down holding his face. Sure what happened there. The goalkeeper catches it, and then as he goes down, it just seems to lean almost deliberately into Pedro Raul, as if to make it look as if he's picked up an injury, because that's what it seems like there, and he's very quickly recovered. There's none necessary leaning into the player to make it look as if he got injured. He's up, he's okay, is Washington Aguirre, so much so he's taking this free kick, which is headed away by the glove-ridden Enrique. Chasing after it's Andre in the midfield, beat to it by Darius, and the strong header away by Lemos. Up in the air, it's flicked on by Mateus Arezzo. On the left-hand side, it's going to be a throw-in to Penharol, who are attacking the goal away to our right in their yellow and black striped shirts with the black shorts. It's all white tonight for Corinthians. In their change strip are Coringale. Header away by Palista. Former Arsenal man, of course. Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, glorious career he's had. 35 years of age. His experience is going to be very useful at the back, I'm sure, for Corinthians today. Enrique back to the aforementioned Palista, who bursts forward towards the halfway line, puts his foot on the ball, gives it square to Milans, back again to Palista. He's going to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, is he? No, he thought about it. And then he sidesteps and gives it to Alan. Enrique through to the midfield and Pereira. Alan again. Angeleri playing about with it a bit too much at the back. and it's cushioned wide by Pereira and out for a throw-in. And that amounted to nothing in the end. Seems to strike the arm there of Andre just outside his own penalty area. Nothing given. It's gone out for a throw into Corinthians inside their own half. They made 8 changes tonight from the side which lost 3-1 away at Botafogo at the weekend. A damaging result for them, which dumped them into the relegation zone. Bottom 4 go down in Brazil. They're in the bottom 4, Corinthians. Owed much to their away form, and they are finding themselves on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline here in Uruguay. It's a long ball forward for Pedro Raul. He's acquitted himself very well, the big man, and what he does lack is goals. He hasn't scored this season. He has had an injury. He hasn't been in the side that regularly. That's a dreadful ball, by the way, from Mateus Pereira. Tried to ping it inside, and he's given it straight to Gaston Togni. Now joining in is Escobar. Togni again gets it wide to Perez. Perez back inside. It's a shot to the back post. It'll come all the way through. Trying to get the cross in was Togni, and Lorenzo nearly got there, and suddenly the game is starting to get stretched and opened up, which is good. Caio Cesar beats 1, beats 2, comes inside, gives it to Allen. Now out to Labiad. Labiad cuts inside, tries the curling effort, and it's just past the post with the goalkeeper leaping away to his left. Could have been much more dangerous that, but Labiad cut inside. He's yet to score this season, the Moroccan, and he wasn't far off there. Good curling shot, just not enough curl. A lunge of Franco Escobar, perhaps doing just about enough, the Argentine. Goal kick. Peñarol continue to lead. And 1-0. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Peñarol coming forward. It's with Labiad. He's gone into a central position. The heavily bearded Moroccan chips it out wide to Angeleri. Angeleri brings it under control, gives it to Enrique with those gloves on, and he pings it out to the right, and Milans is midway inside Peñarol half. Comes back inside, gives it to Allen. Chips it back out to the left again, taken in stride by Angeleri. Enrique inside once again to Labiad, and back out to Milans. He's got the run of Allen on the outside, but he's coming back inside again. Gives it to Enrique. This is Allen for Corinthians. And form in the Copa Libertadores has been much, much better than that of their form in the Serie A. Bottom 4 relegation zone there. They have already gone and qualified for the next round of this competition, courtesy of the result earlier on today, which was the other game in this group, Santa Fe against Platenza. It means neither of those can now catch Corinthians, neither can their opponents today, Peñarol, so they can still be caught by their next opponents, Platenza, in fact. So they are through, but they can't finish lower than second. Platenza can win the group, but they have to win and win comfortably, you would think, next week in Brazil. Ball's been pinged down the line. Mateus tries to get the cross in. As he slid in, he got the player and not the ball. So goal kick, and the referee, who is Piero Maza from Chile, tells Emmanuel Galate to get up. He's off the field at the moment, otherwise he's going to carry on the game with him off the field, and he'll stay off. With that gentle warning, he very quickly gets up and jogs back on without a forethought for the fact that he's not injured. It's called wasting time. And when you're 1-0 up and you desperately need to win, you kind of understand it. This great old-fashioned football stadium is a cauldron of noise tonight. And Peñarol so far have come to the party. They lead 1-0 against the twice world champions Corinthians. Free kick has been given against Peñarol, foul by Gularte. The 28-year-old former Puebla player has played his football in Mexico. The Uruguayan back in his homeland now. Taz Pereira just dabs it out wide to Andre. Coming inside is Allen. Finds Palista. Wide to Milans, who cuts inside. It's a shot by Caio Cesar. It flies over the crossbar, but took a deflection on the way. When these two met in 2021 in the group stages of the Copa Libertadores, Penarol were much better than Corinthians. 2-0 they won in Brazil against Corinthians, and the match here, the only ever visit here for Corinthians, ended up at a 4-0 win for Peñarol. That's not going to happen tonight unless they start to run away with it. The goalkeeper's come out, he's snatched at that as Palista. Well, the goalkeeper came out and tried to get a fist to it. He got fingertips to it, but it went straight out to Palista. There was a goal waiting for him there. There were defenders and attackers between him. You can't call it an open goal by any means. But he's gone and completely fluffed his lines. And then Andre tries a scissor kick, and that wasn't much better either. He ended up only almost kicking the face of his opponent. So a high foot from Andre results in a free kick to Peñarol. Risen beyond 11.5 minutes of the second half of Peñarol, and they still lead by a goal to nil. That goal in the first half from Maxi Oliveira. Did you get a second? Daraya striking into the corner, but an offside flag was quite rightly raised against Mateus Areza, who won the initial header to set up the chance. Gustavo Enrique will bring the ball out from the back. Can't believe he's wearing gloves on a night like tonight, which is so warm. Enrique again. Plays it out wide to Mateus Pereira, who's on loan from Fortaleza. Interesting ball into the box. Goalkeeper came a long way again, and again he doesn't quite get it. He gets a fingertip to it. Helps it away from goal, but it wasn't convincing from Washington Aguirre. An experienced goalkeeper. Good shot stopper, Washington Aguirre. Used to play for Querétaro in Mexico. Here come Corinthians again. They finished the first half strongly. They've been the stronger side so far in the second half as well, but it's still 1-0 to the home side, Peñarol. In comes the cross, a deep cross as well from Labiad. Pedro Raul unable to make it count, and there's specks of blood on the face of Umpierrez at the moment, which might need to be seen to. 1-2 specks of blood. Looks like he's got a bit of a cut lip. There is going to be a change. There's going to be two changes, in fact. Well, Facundo Alves is one of the players that's going to come on. I think they just wanted to see what's happening here. There's an injury to Emmanuel Gularte, and Gularte is going to have to come off. Looks like Gularte is not going to be able to carry on, which is a blow. It's a double change for Peñarol. Also taking off Eduardo Darius. Along comes Luis Angelo and Facundo Alves, and he goes off on the stretcher, does Eduardo Darius. Galati and Darius off. Confirmation. It's Facundo Alves and Luis Angelo that come off. That come on. A long punt upfield from Washington Aguirre. Quickly into the action, Luis Angelo. However, he's taken the ball straight out of play. You're listening to audio commentary coverage from the Copa Libertadores Group E, Matchday 5 at the Estadio Campeonato del Siglo in Montevideo. And the Uruguayan side, bottom of the table, Penarol, leading the team that are already through and currently topping the table, Corinthians. They could win the group tonight with just a point. They've had better passing accuracy, and they've had 71% possession in this game of Corinthians. But they trail 1-0. They have to win, Penarol, and then they have to win in Santa Fe in the final match day next week. Franco Escobar got the final touch, so it's going to be a throw-in to Corinthians, level with the edge of the penalty area. Fabrizio Angeleri is going to take it, the Argentine, former River Plate player, previously with Getafe. Here he is, flicks the ball on. Pereira goes to the return, Angeleri, and that's straight through and out for a goal kick. They are going to bring a sub of their own on here. Our Corinthians, it looks like it's going to be an attacking change. It's going to be Rodrigo Garo to come on. First change for Corinthians. They're on the attack at the moment. Caio Cesar has a look up. That's a great ball in, and it's going to be an equalising goal, and it's the first goal of the season for Zakaria Labiat. Well, it was coming. And the Moroccan scores from a delicious ball in from Caio Cesar. It was on the money. And whilst the goalkeeper made the initial save to keep out Pedro Raul, Zakaria Yablab was there to sweep home the rebound. He had no answer to this. Good stop by the goalkeeper to keep out Raul, but Labiad was there. And there was no stopping his finish at the far post. Just sweeps it home. Zakaria Labiad finally gets on the score sheet this season for Corinthians. And the team whose away day blues have scuppered progress this season have landed an equaliser, and it could be a vital one, as it would dump Penarol out of the tournament, and it would guarantee Corinthians' top spot with one to play. 63 minutes the time of the goal. Goalkeeper Washington Aguirre is injured. When aren't goalkeepers injured nowadays? Amazing how in the last year or so a goalkeeper gets injured for sneezing, and I just find it ultra frustrating that there's no way half the time these goalkeepers are injured. Not to say he may well be injured here, Aguirre. He was honing in on big Pedro Raul. Zakaria Labiad with the finish. And the travelling Corinthians fans celebrating their side's equaliser. They have got a few here today in the stadium. Not many, but a few. Support allocated in the Tribuna Gaston Guelphi sector. And here comes the second half hydration break. It's actually come quite early. 65 minutes. It's not full tonight, this stadium, but it holds 40,000. It's probably about 32, 33,000 at a guess, I would imagine. One end of the stadium is fairly sparsely populated. The rest of it's fairly busy. The Penarol coach Diego Aguirre calling his team in, and he's trying to get some forceful messages across. He looks very animated there. He knows that his side have to win this game to stay in the Copa Libertadores. Corinthians, well, they could win the group with just a point here tonight. Looking at the equaliser again. It's all about the ball in from Caio Cesar. It completely nullifies the goalkeeper and the defenders by the quality of the weighted pass. And once the goalkeeper makes a good save to keep out Pedro Raul, he's not able to do anything about the Zakaria Labiad chance that comes off the back of it. And an equalising goal for Tomeo and for Labiad. And they're club steeped in history and tradition of Corinthians. Twice the FIFA Club World Cup has been won this century. Add to that one Copa Libertadores, that's all. That was 2012. So it's been 14 years since they've had their hands on this trophy. Surprisingly, they've only won the Serie A 7 times, last time being 2017, so that's something that's long overdue, and that's not going to happen this season. In comes the cross into the box. A rifled shot is blocked, and then the second shot from Milan's is blocked too. First shot was from Pereira. Back out wide from Milan's, who's dropped back into his full-back position. And Galero in the left-back position now. Bumped by Angelo, but they still have the ball, Corinthians. They've grown in stature as the game's gone on. Somehow that stayed in play. It was cleared away by Facundo Alves. And the loss of Gularte at the back is a major blow as we reach the halfway point in this second half. Penarol 1, Corinthians 1. With goalkeeper Hugo Sousa. Glides out from the back, does Allen. He plays a long ball down the channel, and he's onside here. Pedro Raul running towards the penalty area. Still Pedro Raul tries to play it square. Doesn't quite find Andre. It's cleared away, and now they've got a man down. Penarol, and that man down looks like Facundo Alves, the substitute. Sent flying as he collided with Pedro Raul, but he ran into Pedro Raul, who's 6'4", the big target man. And whilst he hasn't scored this season, he is a handful. Looks like a double change is on its way for Penarol. Abel Hernandez is coming on. Looks like it might be Batista, the striker, that's coming on as well. They do have to win this game. Well, he's only just come on himself, Facundo Alves, and he's down in pain. Well, you feel like if there's going to be a winner at the moment, it would probably be Corinthians. They've been the dominant force. Started to take over before half-time, got those two chances before half-time, and they've continued in a similar vein in the second half. They've dominated the stats, they've dominated the possession, dominated the second half. Well, not long after coming on, it looks like Facundo Alves is going to be carried off on the stretcher. It's not looking good for him as the Penharol defensive cover starts to get stretched. Yeah, we're just about to bring on 2 strikers. We'll have to bring on a defender or take a gamble. There aren't many defenders left on the bench, only a left back in Lucas Hernandez. He's on the stretcher, Alves, and he's carried off. So right back coming on, Brian Barbosa, who started at the weekend and replaces Facundo Alves, who was probably only on the pitch for 10 minutes. Arezzo comes off to be replaced by Batista. Abel Hernandez also coming on for the home side. Going off was Diego Laxal. You know, there hasn't been a yellow card in this game so far. Well, they've gone 2 up top. Got to go for it here. As the shot is quickly fired in by Batista, who announces his arrival almost immediately. Took it off of his strike partner. Quick swivel to hold the ball up there from Abel Hernandez, and Batista hit it first time, and he hit it true. Low and hard, but straight at goalkeeper Hugo Souza. Here come Corinthians, trying to burst forward, straight down the middle. Caio Cesar was the player chasing after it. Suddenly the game's becoming a little bit stretched. Here come Penharol, looking for a way back into the lead in this game. It's cleared away, and suddenly there's a chance here for Corinthians. You feel there's more goals in this game. 18 minutes to go. 3 substitutes ready to come on. Jesse Lingard's one of them. Yuri Alberto looks like he's going to come on as well in attack. Oh, Corinthians. Here come those changes. Third player to come on. Is Rodrigo Gara. Well, it's the goal scorer that's going to come off, Yabyad. He makes way. So Labiad with the goal. That was probably his last contribution of any note. Jesse Lingard will replace him on the left-hand side. So off is Pedro Raul. He's run his course in attack. Replaced by Yuri Alberto. Martinez Pereira. It was an indifferent game. Replaced in the midfield by Rodrigo Gara, who likes to get forward, the Argentine. I think there's definitely another goal in this game. One back by Barbosa. Been left very light at the back. Escobar has gone into the centre of defence. Brian Barbosa has gone in at right back to replace the substitute who got injured, Alves. Good striding run forward this by Barbosa. Barbosa can't get the shot in, but he does find one of his teammates. That teammate is Perez. Putting on a bit of sustained pressure here at the moment with Lemos for Penharol. There's a breakaway, and it's a big breakaway, and it's Alberto. And he's trying to go for the return from Cesar. Cesar got caught in 2 minds And that was enough to allow Limos to come back and clear his lines. Headed into touch on the far side by Allen. "15 minutes to go. Group E. If it stays the same, Corinthians guaranteed top spot. Pinheiro will be out. A win, and they can still go through, Pinheiro, but they would have to win away at Santa Fe next week and hope that Corinthians can do them a favour and beat Platenza at home. It's possible, but they need another goal. Into the penalty area it goes. It's slammed away by Enrique. They go again. They're giving it a go here. Maxi Oliveira. It's a header towards goal. Didn't have much conviction on it from Abel Hernandez. It's gone straight through to the goalkeeper. A comfortable gather. Wasn't even a save, really. Gabriel Paulista has gone down injured. Seems to have taken a dig to the ribs. So still 1-1. Seems to be okay. Gabriel Paulista. "52 titles won in Uruguay in the Primera Division from Penarol down the years. History in this tournament. Well, they've won the Cup 5 times. We have to go back to 1987 for the last time they got their hands on the Copa Libertadores. More familiarly, it's global domination from Argentina and Brazil in this tournament. The Uruguayans not tended to get much of a run in. The last title in Uruguay was 2 years ago. Of those 52 titles, they've won 8 since the turn of the century. They're on the back foot at the moment. This is Caio Cesar. Delivers a great ball into the box. Goalkeeper came in and spilt it, and it went rolling all the way out to the edge of the box. It's a long clearance forward by Limos, being chased by Batista. Batista and Hernandez look like they're on the same wavelength up top for Pinheiro. They've made 4 changes to home side. The visitors have made that triple change. And they come again with Lingard. Jesse Lingard wants it back, but this is with Angelo. Wide by Andre. Jesse Lingard again. That's good. Interchange, and wouldn't quite run through for Alberto after a nice pass from Garo. Good play from Lingard. Andre. They feel like if they could flex their muscles one more time, they could get the result, get it over the line, Corinthians. But a point here, with 11 minutes to go, would see them top the table for sure. They'll go through as group winners. That will give them a seeded advantage in the next round of fixtures, the next knockout stage, the round of 16, or is it the round of 32? It's going to be a throw-in to Pinheiro in the left-back position, up by the halfway line. Referee from Chile, Piero Maza, has been very keen to keep this game moving. He's not one for suffering, play acting, theatrics or time wasting, that's for sure. Barbosa What's his cross like? Not bad. Headed away though by Garo. It's a very stretched game at the moment. Escobar clearing it to touch just as well, because Yuri Alberto would have been away otherwise. Jesse Lingard leaves the throw for Fabrizio Angeleri. Listening to audio commentary coverage from the Estadio Campeonato del Siglo as the shot comes in from Garo. The Argentine straight at the goalkeeper. It's literally into his chest, and he grabbed hold of it and drop kicks a long ball forward. Batista goes chasing after it, cleared away by Milan. It's not very far though, as far as Olivero, whose goal gave Pinheiro the lead in the first half. A lead cancelled out by an equalising goal from the now departed Zakaria Ilabia. Got 9 minutes to go here. I'll go by what I said a few minutes ago. I still think there's another goal in this game. The need is greater for Pinheiro. They need to win to keep their chances of finishing second and qualifying alive. But they're in big trouble here. It's a ball through the middle. It's a chance for Caio Cesar, and he's put it wide. He beat the goalkeeper and put it wide. And then the flag went up anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But he was released through the middle from the pass from Andre. And yes, he was offside, and he was offside by some stretch. Pinheiro on the attack, midway inside the Corinthians half. Olivero hung into the box, and in goes Hernandez, but he always had a height disadvantage against the goalkeeper Sousa, who grabbed the ball. Now it's with Angelo. Angelo playing it square to Trindade, who set up the opening goal. Great ball into the box, headed away by Milans. Comes to Alberto, holds it up really neatly. Cesar trying to break away from inside his own half, sends it out wide to Jesse Lingard. The Englishman is held up by Barbosa, who puts it out for a throw. Jesse Lingard on as a sub, started at the weekend in the loss at Botafogo. He's got 2 goals this season, one of them in this cup competition, one of them in the Copa Brazil. As the shot comes rifling in again, it was Rodrigo Garo. It's 2 shots he's had now in quick succession. That one was beaten away by goalkeeper Aguero, flying through the air, perhaps slightly unnecessarily. Charging the ball down was Batista, Hernandez rather, and he's put that one behind for a goal kick. Well, overall, after a good start, Pinheiro took the lead, but Corinthians have grown into the game. There's a couple of big chances before half-time. They've been a dominant force in the second half. They're just about to make another change. It's going to be Caio Cesar, who in flashes has been brilliant today, creating the equalising goal. Diego Guino is going to come on. 19-year-old academy graduate. Brazilian under-20 international. He's a bright young star for the future. Diego Guino replaces Cesar. So we have 6 minutes, just under 6 minutes to go. Pinheiro have to win, or they are out of the Copa Libertadores with 1 game to play. Corinthians have to avoid defeat to guarantee themselves top spot, but they are already through to the knockout stages. Crossed by Luis Angelo. It's blocked away. They're giving it their all. Pinheiro leave nothing out there, says their manager Diego Aguero. Long throw in into the penalty area from Barbosa. It's headed away. Barbosa Has to go sprinting back to the halfway line. Gets there ahead of Alberto. It's a long ball forward by Escobar to the left-hand side. Brought down by Oliveira. Can't get the cross in, though. And now a breakaway for Corinthians, but they're giving it away. And it's back out wide and into the penalty area. It's a big chance, and the shot came back out again to Perez. And it was blocked. And that was a big chance. Here's Perez again. Plays it down the line, trying to reverse it back in. Lemos. It's a good play to win the ball back from Hernandez. He comes back out again. It's a drive towards goal from Barbosa, which is fended off. Barbosa again wins it back. Lofts a long ball into the penalty area. Up goes Hernandez. Can't quite clear it away at the moment, though. Corinthians, they're being stretched. They do eventually clear it up to the halfway line. Oliveira returns it. Really giving it a go, and they're buoyed on by a noisy crowd in towards the penalty area. It's an overhead kick to help it on from Trindade. There was no one really there, and the goalkeeper came out and grabbed it. Souza. 70% possession, 6 shots to 3 for Corinthians. They've been the dominant force in every respect. But the home side know that they are still in it. This is Luis Angelo. Gets the cross in. It's too high for everyone. That will roll away to the far side and straight out for a throw-in. Well, he done really well to get to the byline there, Luis Angelo, but couldn't keep the shot, the cross down. Needed to drive it across the ground or at waist height and hope for a deflection, maybe get a corner or find one of his teammates in the box. And there were 2 players waiting in the box there in yellow and black striped shirts. Here they come again, Peñarol. That's a great tackle by Paulista. It's a high ball into the penalty area. Up goes Batista. They'll come back out again to this near side, and Angelo. Cross from Barbosa, cleared away. It's picked up by Escobar. He's going to have a shot from, well, he's just inside the Corinthians half by about 10 yards, and he's decided to hit that one from fully 45 yards, and it's just scooped over the top of the crossbar. Groans from the home fans who know that chances are at a premium here, and really that one wasn't acceptable. Two minutes to go. Here's their late drama. It's a good touch from Hernandez, and then played out wide to the left-hand side towards Togni. Togni twisting, turning, trying to shake off Milan. It's been a good battle between those two over on that side of the pitch. It's Togni again. Lifts one into the penalty area. It's a high ball in, cleared away by Enrique. Turned back in again. Enrique, tall player, gets another head onto it. Wide by Angelo. Now, can they get the cross in? They can. Into that penalty area from Oliveira. It's deep, it's beyond everyone. It's dropped behind, it's a goal kick. There's just over a minute to go. Well, the hero of the match has been named as Labyad for the equalising goal. It's a goal that knocks out Peñarol as things stand and puts, well, Corinthians already through, but it guarantees them top spot. Last minute of the game. And we'll find out in a moment just how much extra time there is to be added to the 90. It's hooked on by Andre, forcing that midfield along with Allen. They've won that battle and they've kept a lion's share of the possession. It's away again from Allen, over his shoulder. And then once again, a bit of head tennis going on at the moment. They need to try and get hold of it here. Penarol. They need the goal. It's not going to be crushing if they do end up defeating Corinthians, but just to pick up their senses, they could do without losing again away from home. And they try and break away with Jesse Lingard down the right-hand side. He's been played out wide to Alberto. Into 6 minutes of stoppage time. Alberto up towards the edge of the penalty area, cuts inside. It's Alberto. He went to curl it, and it's still rising into the top tier of the stand behind the goal. Well, it was a poor shot from Yuri Alberto, who has got 4 goals this season, and 3 of them have come in cup competitions. So 6 minutes added on. Took a ball down the line as well. Luis Angelo, can he get the cross in? He's got 2 white shirts between him and the penalty area. Tries to go between the 2 of them and succeeds. Can he get the cross in? He can. And can they get the shot in? They can't. It was Trindade. And in the end, it's a foul on Jesse Lingard by Angelo. And a free kick to Corinthians. Yeah, he's just nicked the ball away. One number 77 nicks the ball away from another 77. That doesn't happen often in football, does it? 77 fouls, 77. That's what's just happened. Jesse Lingard brought down by Luis Angelo. 1.5 minutes into 6 minutes of stoppage time. The clock is ticking fast if you're a Penarol fan. The Uruguayan side on the brink of elimination from the Copa Libertadores. To make it through to the knockout stages, they need to win this game. And both these sides win their last remaining game on match day 6. Would mean a victory away, and as a ball scooped over the top, the goalkeeper came right to the edge of the box and gathers it calmly to take it away from Jesse Lingard. 2 minutes of 6 played, cleared away by Corinthians and by Andre. They're happy to sit back here, are Corinthians. Point would cement top spot in Group E. A victory would put the icing on the cake, and here they come. It's a long run forward by Andre, who plays it in, and this is Alberto. It's saved, and it comes back out to Andre, who tries to get the shot in on goal. It was a good challenge on him by Barbosa. They go again. Lingard plays it short. Dieguino, the youngster, comes inside. Showed a bit too much of that, though, to Maurizio Lemos, who gets it away. It's out to the right-hand side, and Angelo, have they got one more chance in them? We're halfway through 6 minutes of stoppage time. It was a rushed cross by Angelo. Hits the back of the legs of Engaleri, who clears it away. This is Andre. That's a foul, surely, on Rodrigo Garo. Free kick given on the halfway line to Corinthians, who are almost there. They're just about to be confirmed as the group winners in Group E. That will give them a distinct ranking advantage for a home second leg in the first knockout stage. Ranking is everything in this competition. Long high ball into the box, and coming out to gather it safely was Hugo Salsa, the goalkeeper for Corinthians. The target was Batista. Salsa had arms to gather the ball high above anyone. So the play on the far side. He's an animated character. He's Diego Aguirre. He's watching as if his life depended on it down on the touchline below. His side have got 2 minutes to find a goal from somewhere to keep their hopes alive. It's flicked on nicely by Hernandez. Off goes Batista. It's turned back by Enrique and cleared away by goalkeeper Sosa up to the halfway line. Jesse Lingard just stuck a hand out there and almost fouled his opponent, but Lingard's got it again, and Lingard trying to put the ball through the middle almost finding Yuri Alberto. It's cleared away. And off come Penarol. This might be their last chance. Played out wide by Togni. Trindade, Togni flicks it on. It comes back out. They need to score. They need to fire it towards goal. It was fired towards goal by Barbosa, but it took a deflection away from goal. And they've cleared their lines, Corinthians, and they're going to race clear here with Alberto. Alberto can make a run towards goal. He's opened up for him. It's Alberto, and he's put it inches past the post. Can't believe he hasn't scored. And the defender got out of his way quite literally there, expecting him to cut the ball short to one of his teammates, Jesse Lingard, but instead it opened it up for him and he got the shot in and he put it wide from the angle. 30 seconds to go. This is it for Penarol. If they don't score now, they'll be out of the Copa Libertadores. That's a dreadful ball forward from Barbosa. No conviction at all. And they can bring it away. Corinthians, and down goes Garro. That's a foul. You know, there's not been a yellow card in this game yet. And even that's a foul by Barbosa, which is a mandatory yellow card, isn't a yellow card. They've thrown everyone forward. This is it. The 6 minutes are up. They're coming forward. It's a long ball down the middle. It will go straight through to goalkeeper Salza. Well, they're bottom of this group for a reason. Are Penarol, and they've given it their all tonight, but it's not been enough. There goes the final whistle. Qualification is now impossible for Penarol. They crash out of the Copa Libertadores. For Corinthians, it's a much-needed boost away from home. Labiad's equaliser just after the hour mark gives them a point. That means that they win Group E, giving them a distinct advantage in the knockout stages. Well, thank you very much for your company this evening. I hope you have a good night.